I genuinely love this man's music, so prepare for me just praising almost all of this album, while still doing my best to point out the flaws when I can. Ryan is not a big name in music, but quite frankly, I find him to be the best underground artist I am a fan of. I find his music very organic, and after meeting him in real life at a show, I can honestly say he just seems very sincere, that he would rather make music that helps a few people opposed to chart topping hits. Obviously, he'd prefer the latter, but seems very content where he is and with the slow rise he's been having. Let's take it track by track. Ghost. The song starting off the album is overall what I want from him. I know he labels himself as a rapper, but he simply does not have the voice for it yet. I much prefer the songs of his that are more singing or poetic. The production and the light banging in the background is really beautiful. It feels like you're falling backwards in the water and preparing yourself to drown, which is quite frankly the best way I could describe this album, and I strongly suggest you listen if you have not. All my soul. The opening words of always saying you could do better, shut up and show me then, are a general call for the detractors, I suppose. The song is so stripped back, and that follows most of the album, excluding a few songs. The song in general is quite emotional, and I really feel this is a lane you should stick to. The track vaguely follows a breakup and loss, repeating at the end, all my friends are skeletons now, and the chorus having the same beat and banging as before, leads to a nice flow I feel the need to mention could bore some people for not changing enough. Bang. The song's good. There isn't much else to say. The song's more popish than anything else on the album, and not the emotional openness that you would see on any of the other tracks. However, it's a good break from being constantly sad while listening to this. So overall, there isn't really much to say. It's a very minimal song, more poppy than the others, but quite frankly, it's still good, and I have not much else to add other than that. Patient. This was the first song I heard that I had one massive issue with. At several points in the song, for split seconds, he does something with his voice that sounds like he just sucked in a ton of helium. Every time it gets me annoyed. However, on top of this, the song is definitely more rap overall, which is something, while good, he still needs to work on, but is definitely an improvement. Overall, he really does need to bring up his rapping. It's a good song. The second half is much better due to lacking that stupid vocal choice, but that's just my opinion. Flying Away. After one small break from traditional rap, we go back to a more somber spoken style. This is probably my favorite song on the album. Everything about it is so vulnerable. Highlights are lyrical too, with his flow and delivery. Curtains close as the night turns to day. Got invited out, I decided to stay. The chorus of "Everything I love has been flying away, just kind of feel like dying today" is a line that sounds like it should be so cliche. However, his flow and delivery saves that from happening. On top of that, the idea of the battle of once you're still out and you're trying to be social and get over your depression, you still aren't getting away from it. It's really a touching song, and I'm sure we can all relate to it. Bubbles. This is one of the lesser songs on the album, which is hard for me to say, but trying to stay unbiased. All about abusive relationships, about how no matter how far this girl pushed him down, he still needed her approval, and the very real issue of people enjoying a toxic aspect of a relationship. Saying how every night is a horror show, but he can't get out, then calls her right back. Saying he'd rather be dead than see her, but still comes back due to the excitement. I listened to the album a few times before this, and it never dawned on me how stripped back the album's production is until looking for it, because at this point, almost all the songs sound like they have the exact same beat. And while I don't mind it because I am a fan of the sound, I definitely can see other people being very bored of it by now. Corner of the World. As for this song, it's really chilling recount of his childhood, even calling back to his first album about how his friend overdosed, but he was still doing the same drugs that killed his friend. No matter how far he leaves, he can't seem to fully shake these feelings, not necessarily mechanically about the music that has been repeated, but it's just good. Not great, not horrible, just okay. It's good. Skeleton. This song is downright chilling. I personally can't relate to the message, but I know several people who have struggled with eating disorders and body issues he talks about here. The disconnect between the person hurting themselves and the ones around them. Even worse, he seems to feel responsible for the damage he's causing, saying, "Applauded change instead of saying you're amazing to me." The mixing here is toned down, frankly. The entire song seems to be softer, volume-wise, than others, which looks to be more of a creative choice rather than a mistake, so I'll let it slide. Overall, a really chilling song, and I would say that fuck me, I don't even know what to say, to be honest. It's just a really chilling song, and the idea that you're responsible for someone hurting themselves like that can be a very powerful message. In My Own Skin, going through his life and struggle with self-identity, not knowing his dad, and taking his stepdad's name, but his stepdad's adopted, so he doesn't know either, desperately acting out for anyone's attention no matter what happens. The absolute most impactful part is when he said, "Bidding thee farewell to my virginity at 12, followed with, I'm closed off, keeping feelings to myself. Somewhere I learned what it means to be a male." I had to pause and listen to that first lyric a few times over, because he said it so casually but powerfully. It brings up a lot of things into question. On top of that, the lyrics just seem to explain why this album has been more stripped back than ever than its previous. He's just cut into his heart and is letting it bleed into his songs. Numb. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I forget about this song every time I listen to the album. I just can't remember it. It has a few good lines, but the issue I think I'm starting to place together is the stripped back nature of the album and lack of variety really makes it hard to distinguish the lesser tracks from themselves. The song itself is just about being destructive to a point no one can tell when you're at the breaking point. There's a song by Car Seat Headrest called 1937 State Park that says, "I stay clear of graveyards, they are cliche, in my death-obsessed generation." Quite frankly, Will Toledo tainted the song for me by saying that, because now whenever I hear the chorus, I just associate it with how cliche it sounds. Lungs. This is the same case as Numb. I wouldn't call these filler tracks, as they all bring something to the album, but if I had to pick the weakest song on the album, it's by far this one. It's smack between some of the best songs of his career. I'm not saying the song is bad, I'm just saying it's so okay. It isn't bad, but I have literally nothing to say about it, and I think that in itself is saying something there. Pumpkin Pie. One small personal complaint before my opinion. Ryan, at your show, which I was front row, I told you to play the song, and you said it's in the lineup, and you didn't play it. Please don't lie to me, Ryan. I was very drunk and it hurt my feelings. In all seriousness, this is, while maybe not my favorite song on the album, it's one that I could have seen being the most impactful as gaining the new fans or mainstream appeal. I just love the song and the chorus saying how he believes in anyone with demons since he has them too, which, to be fair, if you like his music, you're probably sad. How if you look in someone's eyes, no matter how happy they look, you can really tell if they're okay. On top of that, the opening of "We don't have to do drugs, kiss, or touch" is just asking for a friend to go through the hardships with, and I love that. Yellow Lines. The song is just another tale of awful choices, self-destruction, and trying to overcome these demons. The metaphor of road lines work well here for his depression. Very well just may leave him dead on the road. On top of that, the background drums are slightly louder here that you've been hearing throughout the entire album. Overall, what I like about the song is it sounds happy, but the lyrics are morbid as hell, and I really enjoy when that happens. Pretty much. The song really should fit the description of a song I forget about, and I'm pretty sure I only remember it because I sing it to my girlfriend. Shout out to her for being the only person who watches these, by the way. Love you. In the context of the entire album, it may have made sense putting it right after Skeletons if it's about the same girl. If not, I still feel like it would have fit there better anyway. Take Me Down, the final song on the album, is the only one to really break the mold along with Patient. Unlike Patient, the song doesn't have an annoying few parts, and is overall amazing. The beat is slightly more important on the song, and he raps midway through opposed to his sad boy singing. The middle of the song may be the best verse of his career, and I love it. The line, "I let you be my Novocaine, numb you till I blow my brain, trying to be perfect for you, figure out there's no such thing, tighter than your choker chain, living on the shortest leash." It's so good. The ending of not needing to fake a smile combined with the objectively more impactful beat, throwing out the drugs, comes full circle from Ghost and how he had to make friends and peace in his head. The album loops, and I really love it. Moral of the story is, I just wanted to make a video of an artist I truly love and who deserves more than he has right now. Regardless, I think this is his best work, and every album has gotten better as I think he realized his strengths. If you have the time, give it a listen. Very therapeutic. That's all for today. I haven't uploaded due to a combination of no music I want to talk about and being busy. I hope you guys all have a good day.